The FIFA World Cup 2026 has officially begun, and the opening match gave fans exactly what they were waiting for: energy, drama, goals, and a powerful statement from Mexico. In front of a loud and passionate crowd, Mexico started their World Cup journey with a strong 2-0 win over South Africa. This was not just a normal group stage match. This was the opening game of the biggest football tournament in the world, and Mexico knew they had to deliver. And honestly, they did exactly that. Before the match even started, the atmosphere was electric. The stadium was full of noise, flags were waving everywhere, and Mexican fans were ready to turn this opening night into a celebration. South Africa came into the game knowing they were facing a tough challenge. Mexico had the home advantage, the crowd behind them, and the pressure of opening the tournament. But pressure can do two things. It can break a team, or it can push them to perform better. For Mexico, it clearly became motivation. From the first whistle, Mexico looked sharp. They were moving the ball quickly, pressing high, and trying to control the tempo of the match. South Africa tried to stay compact and disciplined. Their plan looked simple: defend well, slow Mexico down, and try to hit on counterattacks. But Mexico's energy was different. They were not just passing the ball around for possession. They were constantly looking for gaps, making runs, and forcing South Africa to defend deeper and deeper. Every attack from Mexico brought more noise from the crowd, and as the pressure kept building, it started to feel like a goal was only a matter of time. Then came the breakthrough. Mexico finally found the opening, finished the chance, and the entire stadium exploded. The first goal of Mexico's World Cup campaign had arrived, and it completely changed the mood of the match. South Africa now had to come out and play more aggressively, but that also gave Mexico more space to attack. Before we continue, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to @NP_FIFA Hustle for more FIFA World Cup 2026 content, match stories, football analysis, and animated highlights. Now let's get back to the match. After going behind, South Africa tried to respond. They pushed a few players forward and looked for chances to get back into the game. But Mexico stayed calm. That was one of the most impressive things about their performance. They did not panic, they did not become careless, and they did not allow South Africa to take control. Their midfield stayed organized, their defense kept things tight, and whenever South Africa tried to attack, Mexico quickly closed down the space. South Africa had moments where they looked dangerous, but they never really made Mexico look fully uncomfortable. And that is where Mexico showed maturity. They were not only attacking well, they were managing the game smartly. In the second half, South Africa needed something special. They needed an equalizer, they needed confidence, and they needed to silence the Mexican crowd. But Mexico came out with the same intensity. They continued pressing, continued moving the ball, and kept asking questions of South Africa's defense. The more South Africa tried to push forward, the more gaps started appearing at the back. And Mexico waited for the perfect moment. Then came the second goal. A clean finish, a massive celebration, and suddenly the match looked almost done. At 2-0, Mexico were in full control. South Africa now had a mountain to climb, and with the crowd fully behind Mexico, the comeback looked very difficult. In the final minutes, Mexico focused on protecting the lead. They did not need to take unnecessary risks anymore. They controlled possession, slowed the game down when needed, and made sure South Africa did not get an easy way back. South Africa kept trying, but Mexico's defense stayed strong. When the final whistle blew, it was a perfect start for Mexico. A 2-0 victory, 3 important points, a clean sheet, and a statement to the rest of the group. For South Africa, it was a tough opening match, but the tournament is not over. They still have games left, and they will need to bounce back quickly. So Mexico begin FIFA World Cup 2026 in style. The performance had energy, confidence, control, and most importantly, goals. Opening matches are never easy, especially when the whole world is watching. But Mexico handled the pressure and gave their fans a night to remember. The big question now is, can Mexico carry this momentum forward and make a deep run in the World Cup? Or was this just a strong start against a struggling South Africa side? Comment your prediction below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to @NP_FIFA Hustle for more FIFA World Cup 2026 animated videos, match highlights, and football stories. So, in this way, the World Cup has begun, and Mexico have made their first statement.